Yo, what up, AD? Welcome to my crib. So this video's been a long time coming, 2 years more specifically. Gabby and I first moved here into what was a pretty like modern, cold, gray, just not really our vibe for a house. And so, 2 years later, it's freaking done! Let's go! Alright, so why don't we start with the gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, perfect living room featuring what I like to call the YouTuber special, the cloud couch, which is kind of overrated, if I'm being completely honest. I love it, it's, you know, but the cushions fly out everywhere. We had to like tie them way at the back. The celebrities don't tell you about these things when you're watching their ADs, so we had to learn the hard way. So before, this room looked pretty different. I think we were trying to achieve what it is right now, but because it was just Gabby and I kind of trying to do it ourselves, it like wasn't really working. This room, for example, had this big, disgusting, garbage gray carpet. We did have drapes here before, but it wasn't these amazing, gorgeous, beautiful, orange velvet wall spanning drapes.
This looks very dramatic right now with that one light.
Let's move on. So moving on to probably Gabby and I's maybe our favorite part of the house. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna have plenty of favorite parts to the house. But this is one of them. It is now the gigantic shelf, whereas before we didn't really have anything here. Like the way the designers did everything is like they came into the house, we left for like a few days, and then we came back and everything was like done, and it was like this huge reveal and it was amazing. And when we saw this bookshelf, we were like, why didn't we think of this? It looks so good. You'll notice throughout the house as we continue the tour, they featured all of these cheetah or just like large cat references. There's a lot of little snake references as well. Look at the frickin' dish to this snake. It's a more, whatever those are, they kind of look like ocelots, maybe Minecraft reference. Over here we have this super vintage looking basket, which is actually Masha's toy basket, because Masha deserves only the best. Into the kitchen. Potentially my, if not favorite, who am I kidding? Everything's my favorite. This kitchen is magnificent, beautiful, perfect, gorgeous. Absolutely gigantor countertop. We usually like to lay ourselves over top of this, whether we're going for a kitchen tan or if we are presenting ourselves to our guests.
I think you should show them what that looks like.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you get some nice sort of free at-home physio this way too.
This microwave here, I have no idea how it works. Typically people like to lean up against here and then they end up accidentally pressing buttons. We one time, when throwing a party, oh, that's dirty, let's just close that. One time throwing a party, someone was leaning up against the microwave and then they accidentally turned it on for like 4 hours and locked it, and we didn't notice. And then later in the party, our microwave was like scorching hot and the house smelled like metal. So does your microwave do that? I didn't think so. This is my piano. I play piano sometimes, so. And this is what I was talking about with more cat features, which is fantastic. I love it.
We should see what their poll is on this picture. You guys like this or not?
We're probably not keeping this picture, so you let us know in the comments. Vote now! Moving on. Okay, so this now just might actually be our favorite part of the house. This beautiful, gorgeous perfection of a dining room. We got our boy Slim Aarons with this fantastic piece. Original? No, that would be ridiculous. But I love this. It makes this feel very, you know, Hollywood, romantic, LA. We got this drop dead gorgeous rug. This was just some like cheap basket we bought at Value Village, and then they put it up on the wall and we were like, wow. This was picked out of, what is this called?
It's called a frog. So it's super cool. You put like, there's little spikes in here, and then you put water, and then you just can make your own arrangements. So you stick branches and flowers in it like that. And
this branch, believe it or not, is from our very own backyard. Wow. Moving on to the bar. It's okay, this is all non-alcoholic. So, yeah, you know, there you go. We got these beautiful stools, and if you're wondering, where is the pantry? Well, it's all in the kitchen island. All of that opens up, and then that's where, you know, it's like magic. Where is everything? Well, it's right in there. All right, moving on to our backyard, which, if I'm being completely honest, is kind of in shambles. We are getting it fully re-landscaped. It is not quite done, but let me show you guys a little something. So right now it is fall time in Vancouver, and basically in Vancouver, whenever it becomes fall, it will start raining, and then it doesn't stop raining until springtime. You think I might be exaggerating. I am not. Which is why we got ourselves this pergola. Did you know pergola is a word? I didn't, but now I use it every day. Now hold your horses. We'll get outside. Just give me 1 second. So this was part of the first renovation that I did for this house. And basically, you open this bad boy up and you got a, you know, am I inside? Am I outside? Who knows? But this is definitely the best for when we're like hosting a bunch of people, and you know, we got the Bobby, you know, Masha might be running around and chasing raccoons and stuff. Actually, literally last night, I was walking out to take out the garbage in the back alley, and I walked by that bush. It was dark outside, and I look into the bush and I literally see like 4 pairs of glowing eyes. Like a family of raccoons were like 5 feet away from me. We have it pretty rough out here in Vancouver. You gotta stay on your toes. So, little backyard hangout. You may notice that this couch has a pretty cool design on the cushion. I like to call that a Masha special, you know. This is her Asian pear eating spot, because we have this tree right here is an Asian pear tree, and so in the fall time it rains down pears. Masha comes out here and has a absolute feast. I'm not kidding when I say she literally eats like 10 Asian pears every day, and so she likes to, you know, give us some cushion art. And speaking of renovations, I actually do want to point out this house originally, when I bought it, before I did any renovations to it at all, picture all these beams on the ceiling used to be walls. So you had like the TV instead was a fireplace, and then this was a living room, and then that was the kitchen, but it was all like so like sectioned off and tiny. Actually, that brings us to the bathroom. So this is the first floor guest bathroom, or just regular, you know, I use this bathroom too, featuring the picture that I drew Gabby whenever I surprised her with a Paris trip. When I first got this place, right now it has this sliding door, but before the sliding door, it just opened this way like a normal door. So whenever I needed to, you know, go and, you know, I would open the door, and then whenever I'd close it, I would literally like squeeze myself here and just barely fit into the bathroom. Oh, it was just awful. All right, moving on to the upstairs. More bowls, baskets. Another absolutely perfect, amazing, beautiful, gorgeous hallway runner. I think you guys might be able to start telling that we kind of like these sorts of rugs. Okay, moving on to the bedroom. Where the magic happens. Sleeping, of course. This room used to look very different, actually. It was sort of weird, like, it was this big wood wall with these big, tall, ceiling-high mirrors. It looked pretty cool, but I think this looks even cooler. Very comfy, cool bed. We got a skylight feature here, especially with how much it rains in Vancouver. It is really nice hearing the raindrops hitting the skylight above us. Very cozy. And then every morning we wake up to the sun piercing our eyes, and it's actually pretty unpleasant sometimes, especially if we want to sleep in. But they do have blinds, and they can be closed theoretically. I just don't know how. Do you guys want to see I guess I can show you the bathroom. This is our bathroom with this big, beautiful mirror. Probably the room that changed the least through the redesign. Over here we got this super fancy Japanese toilet. Hiraku! Come on. So this thing, you know, it features a seat warmer. You got this remote here where you can, it has a built-in bidet both for the men and the ladies. It's got a dryer for afterwards. There's a few different options for the bidet. Pulsating. We got some more snake features. I like to think that all of the cat features in the house kind of represent me, and then all of the snake features represent Gabby. Gabby's definitely a Slytherin when I am a Gryffindor. Actually, no, Gabby's a Hufflepuff.
You're so rude.
This is, well, I guess we're now in my shower. I don't know if you guys need to, you know, see it at work, but what are you doing? This window does have a view of the mountains. I am hesitant to show you guys because I have been tracked down before from fans just seeing out the window in a video and figuring out my location. But you know, you got the rain shower, and you got the body sprays, and heated floors. I mean, hey, come on. Oh, I guess I haven't mentioned that there's ceiling speakers throughout the entire house, including the bathrooms. Moving on, we now have the guest bathroom. Nothing crazy special in here. It does look pretty different. This was like another like glass shower, but it was one of those ones where it only goes like 3/4 of the way, and I always thought it was kind of weird showering when it's like they're like hotels have it sometimes where it's like let's do this room. This is the guest bedroom. If you were to stay with us, this is where you would go. Super cozy, very cute. This closet features pretty much every piece of merch I've ever had. Down there, we got a bag full of them. It takes up pretty much an entire closet. I really got to figure out what to do with that. This is the OG Sir Meowsalot, the first one ever made before they ever went on sale. This is actually meant to be in my office. Speaking of my office, so this is it. Finally finished. This was the one room in the house that went completely untouched ever since we moved in. As I'm sure a lot of you know, it was basically just a room where I threw whatever junk or extra stuff we had in the house that I didn't know what to do with. It took me way too long to realize that it is really important to really enjoy the space that you work in and spend a lot of time in. And so I'm super happy that we like finally actually got it done. Okay, fun fact about this. It's from one of my favorite shows, The Office. It is the actual painting that was in Michael Scott's office. They auctioned off all the props for charity. And so I brag about this to pretty much everyone that comes to the house. Sometimes I accidentally tell the same people about it multiple times. If you guys don't believe me, oh my God. It shows right there, Michael's office. And it's got a little certificate of authenticity. So there you go. Like it says right there, Hollywood Cinema Arts. Wow. We got our boy Grizz right here. Little folk art piece that we got when we first moved here in honor of the Vancouver Grizzlies. Rest in peace. May they return at some point. Probably will not. All right, you guys want to see my setup? There it is. Nothing too special. There's usually a camera right here, but it is being used to film this right now. What? I used to have 3 monitors, but that was way too much. I don't know how people use like 3 monitors. It's too, like, how do you even, it's too much. It's too much. Down under here is where I keep all of the voice recording equipment that I use for my cartoon show. Because of COVID, I've just been doing all my voice lines in my closet, which we actually missed. Let's go to that real quick. So back in the bedroom, this is our walk-in. Nothing crazy. But basically this is where I would record voice lines, and it's basically where most voice actors do voice lines if they have to record from home, is because closets with all the clothing and whatnot has the best acoustics. And so what I would do is I would put blankets around everywhere and even like over top of here, so it's like I'm in this little like blanket tent. And then I have my laptop here. I would pull out my underwear drawer and put my microphone right here. And then this is where I record voice lines that are all used for Dennis and Me. Season 2 coming out like soon. So soon. All right, this is a laundry room. You don't need to see that, so I don't even know why I told you. Okay, now we're moving on to the 3rd floor. What, 3 floors? I know. Another very nice skylight right here. Beautiful. These are some more local Vancouver art. Both of these are the same artist. Very cool stuff. All right, come on up to the 3rd floor of the house. This is kind of unfinished. This actually used to be, some of you might vaguely remember, I used to have my computer desk here. And then this is where I was doing some live streams and was recording, like, I don't know, I only did like a few videos up here, but I did have a computer set up here, which is now in the cabin. I originally liked having a space to play video games and hang out and stuff on the computer that wasn't the same room as where I recorded videos. I then kind of realized like I just didn't want to play games where I recorded because my office was like in shambles for the last like 2 years, so I didn't really like spending like a bunch of time in it. This is now kind of the more hangout sort of deal. We're gonna get a coffee table here. These chairs used to be on the 1st floor. Super comfy swivel chairs. These are actually Masha's favorite. She'll jump up on these, spin around, have a nap. Yeah, we got this big old board game shelf over here. This could technically be like a little guest suite. We got this giant speaker, which is actually a mini fridge. Here's something pretty cool. So this is actually a gift Alex got me. The way they did the 1st season of SpongeBob, it was actually animated with cells as opposed to software that they would use nowadays. So that there is like the actual frame that was used in the season 1 like rock bottom episode, which I think is so cool. And now, maybe our favorite part of the house, on top of all the other favorite parts of the house, but this one is one of those things, is the 2nd guest bedroom, which is right here. I don't really, this is like the coolest thing ever. This is We never really knew what to do with this room. We originally were like, oh, it's this cute little room. It would be so great for like kids to hang out in or something. Or maybe we were even like, oh, like this could be Masha's room. But ultimately we just put a bed in here because it is so cozy as a bedroom. It's like you're in a tent. And then you got this big window right here that you can open up. Get some fresh air, hear the sounds of the rain non-stop all winter long. This is one of my favorite rooms. It is so adorable. It's just like your own little cozy paradise. Hey. This is definitely not in a state of showing off. This is our upstairs balcony. In the summertime, this gets so much use. Obviously not right now. All the cushions are in and the fire table's covered. But you usually get this beautiful view of the mountains and the ocean. This is definitely one of our like favorite hangout spots. If it was literally any other time of the year. Well, that's pretty much it.
Are you gonna walk me to the front door?
I suppose we could just dive bomb off the edge. After all, it is tradition.